Let's talk about Race Day, the latest crash in the City Skylines franchise. So Race Day, the new DLC, and Iconic Brutalism Renewed History released on March 10th and completely broke console versions. Like, the thing is, it wasn't even from the actual DLC as far as I know. It was from the free update. So you don't even have to pay to get a broken game because it was from the free update where people were having problems already. Now, what were some of the issues? I guess the biggest issue is that in the free update, it says on PC, of course, you can left click to add fences on roads and right click to take them out again. So, what is right click on console? I asked myself the same thing. There is no right click on a controller. There's no right click on a controller. So you have to take out the entire segment of road in order to get rid of the fence. So you can place it with the controller, you can place the fence, but you can't take it out again. Then we had all of these other issues. Sliders weren't accessible, like the price. You couldn't choose the price. You couldn't choose production rate in industry buildings. On campus, the academic staff, you couldn't change that. On hotels, the prices, you couldn't change that. The emergency service vehicle selection was also not accessible with the controller. Like, you wanted to go to the menu, I think it's like you had to push down or up on the D-pad and it went left and right and stuff. No drop-down menu for the building variations of certain parks that we have, rename options. Everything was broken. This was only if you were playing with controller, though. Mouse and keyboard on console worked. So these things work fine, I guess. I highly recommend you watch Move the Mouse's live stream VOD. I will link it in the description below because he showcased some of that stuff and I saw it and I was like, what in the world is that? Like, why? I don't even understand. Like, why would you do that? Why, for the love of God? You have a console which is literally made to play with a controller. Of course, you can plug in a mouse and a keyboard and play with that, but it's made to play with a controller. If I have consoles, I play with controller. So I have a PC, I play with mouse and keyboard. There we go. So what does that mean? That means that either they did not test the new update, like they just ported it to console, like, okay, yeah, it should be good, or they tested it very, very poorly. Either they didn't test with the controller, or they did test with the controller and did not find the issues, which I don't know what is worse. Like, I do not know what's worse in that scenario. Now let's have a look at the statement on the Paradox forum. Dear console players, we're actively investigating the problems you've reported, including issues with sliders, vehicle selection, drop down, the rename, color picker crashes on console. Oh yeah, and consoles crashed as well. We know these problems are having serious effect on gameplay. The console crashes. We know these problems are having serious effect on gameplay. Yeah, you think? You think when a console crashes, it has a serious effect on the gameplay? We want you to know they are being treated with urgency. Here's the thing I don't get. Why, for the love of God, did you not test these things thoroughly? This is, I think it's the first DLC, big DLC that Tantalus made, which is the company that is literally responsible for the console version, as far as I understand it. We had Colossal Order for the game, but Tantalus specifically worked on the console versions, so they should know. I would assume they should know. We have already started planning an update focused on addressing the issues as soon as we can. We're not ready to share timing yet. But this work is underway now. Thank you for continuing to send in reports and details. We hear your feedback. We will share more information as soon as we can. Well, right. Like, this in general wouldn't be a problem. We're all human. We all make mistakes. Things can happen. Things need to be rushed out. I understand it's a company. They have to make money. Paradox has to make money with this. I understand. Something to do with the quarterly numbers. I don't 100% understand shareholders and stuff like that. Again, Move the Mouse the live stream VOD, highly recommend. It's linked in the description below. Watch that. Move the Mouse has a much better understanding of these things than I do. At least that's how I feel like. Watch the VOD anyway, and go and subscribe to Move the Mouse. This wouldn't be all that problematic if it wasn't for the franchise's history. You know, everything that happened in the past couple of years, it started where I was like, what is this? You know, they announce City Skylines Remastered Edition in February of the years I can't remember, 2023? And in March of that same year, when it was City Skylines' birthday, they announced City Skylines 2. So like 4 weeks, 5 weeks, not even 4 weeks, I don't know. After they announced a remastered version, which people bought, they announced City Skylines 2. Already, it's like, I don't know. I think they announced it on the birthday. I don't even remember the timing. It was like a couple of weeks after Remastered dropped when they announced Cities 2, and I was like, what? What? I think it was in March. I don't know. Correct me if I'm, but it was just shortly after. So already like, decision-wise, I'm like, okay, that seems a bit odd to me. Like, you present this remastered edition, people buy it, they spend money on it, and then you announce a second part 2 of City Skylines. So yeah, choices. Anyway, Cities 2 releases in October. I think it's 2023. Should be. The release, a disaster, a complete disaster. The game is like literal, like I haven't played the game in over a year. It's like really sorry for anybody that likes the game. It's just anyway, let's not talk about that. Then, you know, forward a couple of years, patch after patch and promise after promise. And if you don't like the simulation, the game might not be for you. Things like this. And then Colossal Order gets booted out the door. Ice Lake Studios is in. Like, what the actual is happening? I mean, I love this game. I love making videos about this game. I never ever told any of you guys, of you viewers, of my audience to buy this game. I never said buy this DLC, buy this content creator pack. I showcased it, I reviewed it, I said my honest opinion. If I liked it, I like it, and I usually like these kind of things. However, at this point, I sadly have to go from not telling you to buy this to actively saying don't buy this game, don't buy any of the add-ons, simply because of what happened in the past. Like, this is just like the drop that floods the barrel. You know what I'm saying? This is simply the last straw, if you will. And I, again, left speechless with this. And I guess we'll see when they will share some more information as soon as they can. And I hope in the meantime, you console players can maybe find some joy in other games until this is all fixed. Thank you. Bye.